Tyson.
Well, the first of the 2 sprints tonight's on its way. The Flyer final a little later, but our next race has, of course, Rotar Wing and Fifi's Rocket. Fifi's Rocket, 0 from 4 here at Newcastle, so a bit to do to beat Rotar Wing tonight.
Yeah, and I think as Paul Anderson, of course, assistant trainer Chris Allsop has just said, they don't really know whether the exertions of the Derby are still taking their toll. You know, he ran a cracking campaign, didn't he? Semi-finalist there, over, of course, 480 metres. This is a shorter trip. This is what, as King Lee and as Fifi's Rocket, he was known for, his brilliant sprinting speed. But generally, when he came up against Rotar Wing and Jimmy Lolly, I mean, he occasionally used to beat them, but you'd have to say that Rotar Wing and Jimmy Lolly had his measure. I think that's going to be the case tonight. I think Rotar Wing has got a massive chance. Went very close in the sprint final last year. That was just one of the races of the year. Rotar Wing and Jimmy Lolly coming up the home straight. Now, is he the force he was 12 months ago? Probably not. Different sort of ground now. I wouldn't be surprised. I wonder whether David Prue's going to look for the Peterborough Derby with him once again. He went pretty close to winning that. That's over the 4 bend. So I think in terms of this race, he, for me, has got the class to win this. But typical sprints, a sloppy exit, you're out.
Well, he's in trap 2. Let's have a look at the full parade now for this sprint race.
There we go. This is the WilliamHill.com sprint. The first of our sprints this evening. West End Ronnie runs out of trap 1 for James Branham, one of our hot dogs at big prices this morning, and we'll try to make the most of the red jacket. Remains an open race maiden mine, but owned by Mr. Rob. He finished behind Jimmy Lolly in the heats of the Flyer at the weekend. Of course, we talked about the Sunderland going at the weekend. Perhaps it didn't really favour those on the inside. Conditions absolutely perfect tonight, and West End Roddy can make the most of that. Rotar Wing runs out of track 2 for David Pru's and the RMD Syndicate. He has been a quite sensational open racer, and he still is. 48 successes from 79 starts. It's a tremendous strike rate. And in an era without Jimmy Lolly, well, he would have carried all before him, I'm sure, as well. Has lived pretty much in the shadow of Jimmy Lolly, but really shouldn't be the case. He's a great ground in his own right. Had that great battle last year.
Wing will have had over 80 races after tonight. What a class dog he's been. But last time out he fell. Things haven't been going so well recently. David Pru's trainer. Is he okay after that fall?
Yeah, we're quite confident he's okay. We've galloped him like it was. We would have run him in the competition if it had been a bit longer, but we wanted to give him like 10 days from it. It was a nasty fall at Notts, and he's been getting a bit of a rough ride lately, and you know the competition might have been a bit stiff for him, and we're hoping to get a nice, easier run for him anyway.
Well, with that in mind, as a short price tonight. Now, I know that you used to train Trap 1, and Patrick here is the son of the current trainer of Trap 1. You think he's got a chance of beating David Pru's here, don't you?
Yeah, well, obviously Trap 2 is a top-notch dog, but here's hoping Trap 1 can win it. Obviously, you need to win it to win it.
Excellent. Good to see you. 13 years old. Nice to see young people in the sport. Good luck to you both.
Thanks, Julie.
Give us a betting you, shall we, for this 2-bender coming up. Rotar Wing, as you'd expect. Dave Pro seems pretty confident. He's back to his best. Even money 2 Rotar Wing, 5-2 then 4 Fifi's Rocket. Has missed a little last couple of times. 5-1 3 Lily Mayday, 7-1 these 2, 5 Tic Tac Diamond as well as 6 Concluding Magic. 12 offered about the 1 West End Ronnie. 2 a fair way, you with 2.
Fifi's Rocket, yeah, even money. I must say one thing, Dave, there's not a lot of value for the punters back home tonight, our viewers, because we go to tracks like Wimbledon and the bookies bet 110, 112%. Tonight here, the first 2 races we've had in so far, including this race, the show's about 126. So, you know, we want the bookies to go some better odds at home. So I'll have a word with them. Don't worry, we'll try to make them go bigger. But they've done their money there with it on Jason.
It's a bit rough for Tony Hutchinson last race, because
yes.
he pays out on your money back if you get beat a short headless, of course.
Yeah, and the 2 does come second, so I would have a word with him now, but I think we'll leave it a race and I'll go to him. So if not, we might need a plaster on the bit of makeup we've had on the face.
Heading off towards the traps in 16.
It's a good thing, even, Steve.
16 seconds of pure speed here, Gary.
Absolutely, just 2 bends. The start's so important over on that far side there. Rotar Wing, veteran in September, 48 open wins from 79 open races, 61 strike rate. That's something else, really. And Errol Blythe, if Jimmy Lolly hadn't been around, then we'd all be raving, as we do about Jimmy Lolly, about Rotar Wing, really. A marvellous sprinter.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a shame, really, that I'm one for campaigning for more competitions, in the sense that, you know, the sprinters should get more races, the marathon runners should get more competitions to win, because Rotar Wing deserves to win a big one. Of course, he's been in national sprint finals before, but every time Jimmy Lolly's there, and of course this meeting last year, Festival Flyer final, Jimmy Lolly's there. So you're quite right, if Jimmy Lolly wasn't around, we'd be all singing the praises of Rotar Wing, but we are still singing his praises because he's a fantastic sprinter, let's face it, and he's even money tonight to get back to winning ways after that tumble last time up at Nottingham. The Hares on the move for the WilliamHill.com sprint, 261 metres in front of them. And there they go, racing up towards the first bend, and Rotar Wing flashes out to lead up early from Cloncunny Magic. Oh, what happened to Rotar Wing? He's on the floor. I hope he's okay. Cloncunny Magic leads here from 5 Tic Tac Diamond as they come towards the winning line. It's going to be Cloncunny Magic that wins. Back in second was Tic Tac Diamond, and in third, Lily Mayday. Oh, that's a dreadful shame. Dreadful shame in the end for Rotar Wing. He's being seen to on the track at the moment. The greyhounds, the rest of them run down at the pickup. Some of them have slipped clear, unfortunately, but Cloncunny Magic winning here for local trainer Anne Lagan, and taking the spoils here of the WilliamHill.com sprint.
We're not going to show you that again. That is a terrible injury to Rotar Wing. He was in a lot of pain as well, and they rushed over there. Looked like a broken leg to me. It was a bizarre incident. It just seemed to go, but we definitely not going to show you that again. It was horrendous, and I worry about Rotar Wing. Hopefully they can save him. Don't want to be dramatic, but it is a really bad injury. Here's the winner, though, Cloncunny Magic at 6-1. There was money for that today somewhere, I remember in the prices there. But the marathon is next at 8:30 with the likes of Durando winner Lottie's Girl, Fat Boy Slim, and one to watch, Bickerton Brown. Might like this trip. The long distance runners are next here at Sunderland on the William Hill UK Festival night. Nice shot at Sunderland over the Greyhound track, but rather sombre scenes below the sky down on the track where Rotar Wing, the top-class sprinter and prolific winner, has been carried off on a stretcher. He was leading and there wasn't an incident, he just broke down, but it did look a terrible injury. We're just hoping it isn't, but I fear the worst. This is the winner, though, Cloncunny Magic, who was in second place and was definitely going to make a challenge from a good draw to work from. Here's the SP.
So the full result on the 8:15 here at Sunderland, the WilliamHill.com sprint. A win for Trap 6, Cloncunny Magic, 6-1. Second, Trap 5, Tic Tac Diamond at 7-1. And third, Trap 3, Lily Mayday. Forecast £50.35. Tricast £216 precisely. A winning time of 15:57, and the winning distance a length and 3/4. Darryl Williams is caught up with a winning trainer, Anne Lagan.
Well done, Anne, but I don't know what happened with the Rotar Wing. Takes a bit of the shine off it, I suppose, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. He got out really well, Rotar Wing, and whatever happened to it, it's a very sad thing. But at the end of the day, what can you do?
But your dog is in terrific form. I've backed him today, but I'm feeling a bit guilty about winning on the bet, and you're probably feeling a bit the same about winning the race.
We said that dog derby night, didn't we, David, at Wimbledon, dog final night. We thought when we was all on at 5-2, but maybe turn odds on. He does look different class tonight, doesn't he, Fat Boy Slim? I just think he'll win. It's what Obsy said. It's unusual what Obsy said. I think the 6 dog are bolting, he said then, and he'll win a long, long way. So I think I'll agree with John tonight. If he turns the corner, I do think he'll win a long way, Dave.
He looks the part, but then all Chris's dogs
well, they
always
do look well,
don't
isn't they? The kennel's flying, but saying that, all the dogs look well tonight, doesn't it? It's a picture here, you know, it's a great crowd here tonight as well, and a few short ones have won. Tragedy there, the last race, Rotar Wing. You see David Prue's jump over the cook, you know, it's just, that's what ground racing's about,
no,
isn't it,
terrible
Dave? You know,
when it happens
the
like
highs and lows. But I'm going to...
We're at Sunderland, but the sad news just coming through that the sprinter Rotar Wing, injured badly in the third race tonight for us, has had to be put to sleep, and we're really sad about that tonight. I mean, we're here to cover live greyhound racing, and we will enjoy the rest of the meeting, but I have to say, Jonathan Hobbs, that injuries, whether it's horse racing, dog racing, it always takes the edge
tough.
of it.
It's very, very tough, and you know, I pass my best wishes on to David and the syndicate. You know, the dog was an absolute champion, served them well for 2 or 3 seasons, and you know, he'll be missed, and it's dreadful.
And when people say, the trainers and owners say, as long as the dog comes off safe, people will now understand that's even more
things like this don't just hit the Prues camp. This hits greyhound racing. You know, every greyhound loving person, I want to see that. We saw that with Raving Giovanni. I mean, it was an injury that he survived. It was a very, you know, he's going to become a very successful stud dog. But it hits us all.